I got the band on me. I got the band on me now. I got the band on me now. I got the band. I got the band on me. I got the band, yeah. Yeah, I got.
So, welcome to my channel, Jay's World. And today we will be making fried Oreos. And you will need some vegetable oil, powdered sugar or confectionery sugar, some pancake mix, Oreos. I got the Oreo thins, this little pinchy thingy, a fork, and a pan. So, let's get started. Starting off, first I put my pan on the stove and started it. I put it at about 5 starting off, and then put the grease in there to at least put enough in there to where they'll float, so you'll know that side of it is done, and then you can flip the Oreos. So now I'm about to make the pancake mix. And another thing, you must have the ingredients that the pancake mix requires. And since I was only making half of the recipe, I halved everything because it asked me to use 1 cup of batter, actually 2 cups of batter, 1 cup of water, and 2 eggs. And I don't use water, so I used half a cup of milk, 1 egg, and 1 cup of batter. And turns out that was actually too runny for me to make the Oreos, so I just added more batter. And I was looking for a measuring cup and a whisk. Those are some other things, and a knife that you may have to have depending on how you want to dip your Oreos. So I got my egg. I forgot the milk, so I had to go back. Actually, no, I had the milk right there. Oh, I had scissors. Nope, I still gotta go get the milk. Silly me. As you can see, I got my 1 cup of batter, the mix. Now I got the milk, and I'm gonna do half a cup of milk instead of water and instead of the whole cup, since I'm halving the recipe. And you guys can use regular Oreos if you want. I just use the thins because I don't really care for Oreos, but I love fried Oreos. So I cracked the egg and I put it in a little black measuring cup that I had, and I whisk it in there before I add it to my mix to make it easier to mix together. Gotta get a whisk. So whisking that egg, and I'm putting it in there. So now you gotta whisk all of that together. And still whisking. And boop! Yeah. So that happened. How wonderful. And what a gorgeous face. What a gorgeous reaction. And what a mess. that I had to clean. How upsetting. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? T-shirt reference. And by the way, guys, make sure you stir it with one of those little spatula thingies so that the powder at the bottom of the bowl that you couldn't get to with the whisk doesn't stay there, because it will remain a powder unless you mix it well. And as you can see, it's kind of runny, and this is where I added more powder. Is after I tried to put the Oreo on the fork and dip it in there that way and put it in the fire, but the Oreo split in half. So I was like, that's not gonna work. And this is where I wiped up the pancake mix that Casper left on the floor. We're not gonna name any names. So yeah, it was a half-eaten Oreo in my Oreos. I just bought those. Anyway, so I tried to stick the fork in between. I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. And it was really runny, and the batter was not sticking well to the Oreos at all. Yeah, so that was a fail. Trial and error, people. Trial and error. But it's okay. So we're just gonna get something thinner. A knife. I was like, yep, that's thin enough. So now you're gonna add more mix to make the batter thicker than what it was. And make sure you whisk that in good. I had to add more than I originally intended. And I also added my own touch. Vanilla extract. Oh yes, pure vanilla extract. How wonderful. I had to open it because it had never been opened. So now, this is where I take the knife and stick it through. And that was a lot more effective than the fork. And the batter was sticking a lot better. And not to mention, it may look like it's not enough batter on there when you first start. But when you start to fry it, the batter will poof because I added milk. So to make it light and airy. So as I was doing it, I was putting them in the fryer. And I made about 6 of them. So now they're frying. And I had to flip them as I saw them cooking. And see what I mean by they got a lot of airy. Fluffy. And so I put some of the powdered sugar in a strainer and like hit it and tapped it to get the sugar on the cookies. And you can also put chocolate syrup on them if you like chocolate syrup, but I tried it with 2 of them and I didn't like it, as you'll see by the thumbnail. And I also put whipped cream on it. You know, just a little presentation. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe. Video dedicated to my best friend Sade.